why it's important to have a growth mindset and how to cultivate a growth mindset. I know for myself personally, like this was a massive issue for me about 6 years ago, like because I tried to create a business with a friend of mine, a coaching business. And at the time, I didn't have the right mindset in order to be successful in that business. And so it didn't work out. And it took me a while to realize that it was around my mindset that was holding me back. You know, the beliefs I had, the doubts I had, the weaknesses I had in certain areas where I need to work on, for example, sales and marketing, the actions I was taking. And so it was only until when I learned to create a growth mindset a few years later, and I started another business, a coaching business again. But this time I realized the learnings from the last time, and I worked on having a growth mindset and put in the pieces that were in order for me to be successful, which I didn't do the first time around. And I'm going to share with you key nuggets that allow you to also incorporate these strategies into your business. And it doesn't matter whether you're a beginner or whether you're super successful. You know, the insights you get tonight will be valuable for everyone. And you can implement these straight away and see massive results instantly. So I'm going to be looking at my phone. That's purely to just check on any comments because I'm using Zoom, I can't see any Facebook comments. So I'm just going to be looking to check that so I can engage with people because I'm very big on engaging with my audience. So let's head into it. So a growth mindset is made up of four, a poor mindset is made up of four characteristics. The first characteristic is hyperconsumption. And these are the kind of people that, you know, live from paycheck to paycheck. They're like the grasshopper. They jump from one thing to another. They never invest their money. They rarely save the money, and they're also results of paying things for credit. And this is the kind of person who's, you know, it's all about spending money. So that's the person, you know, you have a friend who's always about balling out or splashing the cash or get that new handbag. You know, and they might not have the money because they're paid for by credit card, but they need to have the latest car, the latest watch, you know, so they can give the illusion that they're rich and successful, you know. And they'll have like the designer tops with like the logo massively across so they can show to people, oh, I've got Prada, I'm rich, I'm successful. Now, someone who's really successful doesn't do that because rich people, what they do, people have a growth mindset, they will only invest in things that will have a return value. So with stocks, bonds, the education, their business, that will bring something back to them. You know, yes, they're still going to have like the nice cars, but they're going to spend wisely. You know, they're not going to buy a Mercedes if their business is struggling because it doesn't make sense. They're not going to bring them any return. They're going to invest that money instead in their business to grow it. And then once the business is successful, yeah, they might splurge in a Mercedes. So it's all about having the right mindset and not being a hyper consumption person. Number two is value added. So for a poor mindset person, they don't believe in adding value. And I'll give you an example. So recently, I was talking to a friend of mine who's also a coach, and I was saying to him how during this lockdown, I've been doing lots of educational free videos and trying to offer as much value to people to really help them in the current climate. And when I said that to him, he scoffed at me and he was like, you're wasting time doing free videos for people. Like you could be doing that to earn money from it, or you could be using your time more wisely doing other things that'll bring you money. Like I'll never do something like that. I'd never offer free things or go out my way to offer something free unless I'm going to benefit from it. And that's the example of a poor mindset. Now, growth mindset will realize that when you help people, it always comes back to you. Now, it might come back to you in 2 months, 6 months, or a year, but eventually it will come back to you. And that's the key thing with having a growth mindset, is that when you do good things, it comes back to you. And also knowing that when you help and add lots of value, you know, what you're doing is you're turning that client into a fan. And that fan will then tell other people about your products or services, you know, and they'll say how you help them and will be your best referral process in terms of like getting new clients. So it's really important that you add as much value and offer as much free value to people to really help people, you know, because it shows that you care and it gives you credibility and it builds you an empathetic link with your clients. Now, some of the poor mindset will only think about themselves. and you don't have that kind of mindset. Number 3 is no ownership. Now, a poor mindset person will be reluctant to take any ownership of their failures. They're quick to blame other people or things external as to why they're not having the success. You know, that'd be the kind of person who'd be like, I can't do my lies because it's gone past 8 o'clock, or my laptop isn't the right equipment, or don't have a tripod, or, you know, whatever excuse they come up with so they don't have to take action. And then they will blame everyone else but themselves. Now, really what you want to do is take responsibility for your own behaviors and your own actions, because you're the person who will determine whether you're going to be successful or not. Now, and that's the sign of a growth mindset, where you can say, look, I'm not achieving the results I want. Why? Now, what can I do to change it? Rather than saying, oh, it's Tom's, or it's this person's fault, or it's something external. Number 4 is a poor mindset will always have never or always a belief system. Now, what I mean by that is they engage in thinking that triggers helplessness, such as I'll never get to lead the meeting, or I always have the worst luck, or money never comes to me, or, you know, I'm never lucky, I'm never successful. You know, all these kind of things just build more negativity around you, and also make you have a more negative mindset. And as like attract likes, if you're negative, you only attract negative people, negative things coming towards you. So you need to be mindful of the way you're talking to yourself, the way you're thinking, and actually change it to something more positive. Because when you're positive, the opposite happens. More positive things come towards you. Now, the effects of a poor mindset in business. Now, this is really key, because if you're having a poor mindset, it's going to really have a massive impact in terms of how successful your business is. Now, when you have a poor mindset, what it does is it keeps you in your comfort zone. You stay here because it's safe and you don't have to take any risks. And the problem with that is when you don't take risks, you're not stretching yourself and you're not really growing yourself. And then you're very unlikely to do things like ask your boss for promotion, or leave your current job to create your own business, you know, put yourself forward or put your ideas forward. So, and you will be able to step outside of your comfort zone, because that's where the growth happens. That's where you learn. That's where you really develop yourself. And that's where you'll be able to scale and grow your business. You're not going to do that in the comfort zone. The next one, it unmotivates you because either you're stuck in an unhappy job or you're not being stretched. And over time, your motivation will gradually go down, and also decrease your self-esteem. Because when you're unmotivated, you're not going to take action. You're going to feel lazy. You're going to procrastinate. You're going to have all these judgment towards yourself, and you're going to be thinking negatively. And so your self-esteem will plummet, and you don't want to have a poor mindset, because that's what it will lead to. It'll lead to no success, no results, and then you just feeling more angry and resentful towards yourself. And it stops you from willing to make mistakes, which is vital in growing. Now, someone who's successful, like when you think of any successful people like Warren Buffett or Bill Gates, they don't fear to make mistakes. They see mistakes as an opportunity to learn, grow, develop, you know, and there's something, they see it as a challenge to better themselves and do things better. Now, someone with a poor mindset will see, you know, making mistakes as a poor judgment on themselves as a person. You know, take it personally, and they will really start to, you know, fall into procrastination and not taking any action. Now, you don't want to be like that. You want to see mistakes as a good thing, you know. It also, having a poor mindset stops you from speaking your opinions due to self-doubts. So you fail to put forward your ideas. So have you ever been in a meeting when, you know, the boss or someone asks you, has anyone got any good ideas? And you've got this amazing idea in your head, you don't say it, and the person sat next to you says the very idea that you came up with. And then all of a sudden that person's getting all these plaudits, and you feel resentful, you feel anger towards yourself, and you feel like low self-esteem. Now, you know, this is what happens if you have a poor mindset. If you have a growth mindset, you're in a situation where you can put forward your ideas and you convey it in a convicted way. You also fear to communicate assertively, causing you to use qualifying words such as kind of, maybe, I think, which limit the impact of your words. Because when you're using those qualifying words,